Hi guys, deluded Gooner. What a joke yesterday was. Let's just get into it, man. Had time to think about everything going wrong with my club. Of course, it's going to sound like a broken record. You and I, fans that don't even support Arsenal, know what's wrong with Arsenal. Let's get into it. 3-year cycles. Anyone that watches football, listens to Sir Alex Ferguson, listens to Arsene Wenger, listens to Jose Mourinho, listens to anyone in the game, knows how big 3 years is. Pep as well knows how big 3 years is for a football club. And when you're trying to build, I make a big point in my videos about 3-year cycles because in our case, we 2013, 14, we came out of that period. And now you look at it, we're in the end of our third year period. 90 million in the summer spent on players, so we've got the finances. Individual quality wise, you can say this is the best squad we've had for a while. We've got some very good players that we had for a while, but at the end of it, they don't look any better than some of the poverty squads we've had. They're still clueless. They still can't handle pressure. A lot of these players have just simply reached the end of the road. And like I said, by the 3-year period, I have to be harsh on Wenger. Next, we're gonna have to talk about the dressing room. What is going on at the dressing room? I've spoken about the Christmas period, Christmas parties in the same week as big games. We've had 16 days off. You know you're playing Liverpool. You know what's happening with our season. You know where it is, and people are going and flying and doing commercial things, book deals, football events at Nighttown, football events in JD, playing FIFA in JD. A certain player that plays right back for us is running around London, captioning pictures saying trapping. What is all of this in the same week that we have a game? Liverpool players went and had a short break, a training camp, and it showed yesterday. What are we doing? I don't, by any stretch of the imagination, believe these boys don't love Arsene Wenger, but they don't. There's a difference between loving and respect. I think they love him. They have some sort of respect, but they haven't got fear in them. They don't want to play for themselves. So yeah, the dressing room is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And going on the dressing room, what annoys me more about the dressing room is you have players like Koscielny and Bellerin to come out today and say, yeah, we started off poorly. We should have had more of a go. What are you lot doing for 16 days? How are you lot preparing for 16 days? You're sounding like children, and this is not on. Arsene Wenger also said something about 16 days is too long. If you know it's gonna ruin the fluidity, don't you organise some sort of friendly, some sort of in-house friendlies or something like he did for Wales to facilitate his injuries? So you can't use this as an excuse. Liverpool played on Monday. Their squad isn't the biggest. There's no excuse. No excuse. You had ample time to prepare for this. It's ridiculous. Tactics. When I keep it fair, when I feel the players, like they've shown against City and other periods, they've shown that they can't follow through a game plan. But like against Liverpool yesterday and against Watford and against Chelsea, Arsene Wenger, you have to hold your hands up for the tactics. We set up poorly. Why are we respecting Liverpool? We can play just as good as football as them. They have several injuries. Fair enough, they have Lallana and Coutinho, but then none of them are a dominant presence in midfield. Why can't we assert ourselves? We have assertive players and aggressive players. We shouldn't have sat back. You can't justify not starting Alexis. There's obviously more to the story, but you cannot justify that, especially with the way you wanted to set out to be direct. That is Alexis Sanchez with no Ozil. There's no creative spark. Alexis has been involved in the most goals for our club. How can you not start him? A game like this, a game like Liverpool, Wenger, you're losing it. Sorry, I'm your biggest fan. I can assure you, for you Arsenal knows best fans that are watching this, I can assure you I'm a bigger Arsenal fan than Arsene Wenger fan than all of you. But you cannot see or hide from what the writing on the wall says. You can't run away from it. You can't run away from it. The dressing room is gone. Everything is wrong with these players. Again, in regards to the players, defeative attitude by these players 9 times out of 10. They play better. Like you saw in the second half for a minute, for a period. We're playing better when we're behind. When we're behind, what is this defeative attitude at my club? We are Arsenal. This isn't it. Players are not playing for the fans. They're not playing for the club. Ultimately, they're not playing for themselves either. They're not. How many times have you seen Wenger say the players owe themselves a performance? He banged on about in the week about the players owe a reaction, owe a performance. Like I keep saying in all my videos, they're not reacting. Like you saw yesterday, another toothless performance, another bottle job. Where is the heart? Before at Arsenal Football Club, courage and that attributes similar to that were the bare minimum. We find ourselves praising players that are quite frankly are average for having that. Where have we gone as a club? We're sleepwalking into an abyss, quite frankly. We face a big summer. We don't know if we're going to be in the Champions League. We don't know who our manager is going to be. We don't know what's going to happen to several of the playing squads. Anyone in that playing side, it will hurt if Alexis and Ozil, etc., want to leave. Anyone who wants to leave my club, leave, because I'm tired of this. I will take lesser players. I just want pride back in my shirt now. Anyone who wants to leave. I'm seeing we're 2-0 down and players are laughing on the subs bench. What kind of mentality is this at my club? This is not how you win leagues, and we're not going to win the league for a while. We can't do this. Wenger, anyone who thinks you've hurt your reputation, silly. Well, people are going to remember this, but you kind of have. But Brian Clough, is he held in any less regard despite staying at Forest for so long? No. Wenger, it's time to move upstairs. My big thing, I keep saying, the players are not reacting for you. The players are not reacting. You've tried different tactics, you've tried different things. They're not reacting, and quite frankly, you've let yourself down. The previous high standards that you set at this club, you set these high standards that we quite frankly take for granted, the Champions Leagues and etc. You're not living up to that. You are not living up to your own high standards, Arsene Wenger. So it might be time to sit down. Like I said, I'm the biggest Arsene Wenger fan there is, but I can't keep taking performances like yesterday. We're meant to be the Gunners. Why do we keep firing blanks? Why do we keep firing blanks? It makes 0% sense. Like, you've also let Coquelin and Iwobi, two players that are being hung out to dry by fans. Coquelin, since he signed that new deal, similar to Koscielny, I'm not going to let Koscielny get away, and Giroud to a lesser example, since they've signed that new deal, they have been poor. They have been poor. Their standards have dropped. They have been poor. Take them out of the firing line. The way you wanted to play yesterday, we needed to be decisive with the ball. Why not play Xhaka and Ox in the middle? You put Coquelin on. You clearly know he's not the best and the most skillful on the ball or the most expansive. You're setting people up to fail. I don't feel Iwobi was as bad as several out there yesterday. But again, you see the hate he's getting, and he's a young boy. Take him out of the firing line. I just want my club back, people. All I want is my club back. I'm tired of players treating this for a social club, going and doing pretty commercial activities, saying they love the club, coming and doing this and that, and then ultimately flattering to deceive. Whoever wants to leave, leave. It will hurt if certain players leave, but I want my club back. What I want more is pride, something to believe in, because there's nothing to believe in for any fan now, because you know what is going to happen. Do you think I like going into games like Liverpool, expecting to lose, expecting to see no heart? These are the games that you live for as a football fan. These are the games you look, when the calendar comes out in August, we look to these games like, yeah, we're playing Spurs, we're playing Liverpool, we're playing United, we're playing Chelsea. Now we're not doing that, because we know what's going to happen. You don't know what Arsenal's going to turn up. And even if they do turn up in the first half, they're not going to turn up in the second. You can check my tweets. You can check several other people's tweets. We all knew what was going to happen on Saturday. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. We're just sleepwalking into even more oblivion. And it's like we're tired. We know the board don't care. We know the club don't care. The board just are oblivious to it all. It might mean nothing to you lot, but even if you guys could come out and apologise for that performance, because we're tired of this, because you're going to be back tweeting, we are ready, we are focused, we are this, we are that. You're making us laughing stocks. Why are you going bowling on the same week as a must-win against Liverpool when both sides have pressure on them, both managers have pressure on them? We've got nothing else to play for this year but pride. We've got a game on Tuesday who no one wants to play against. No one wants to watch that because we've got nothing to play for. Where's the pride for the fans? Where's the pride for the club? If you don't want to be here, get out. Arsene Wenger, you're making it too easy for players to get an easy ride here. Deluded Gooner, I'm out, guys. I'm sorry for waffling. Check my post-match from yesterday. Check my Wenger out video. Well, it's not really a Wenger out video, but yeah, I'm out, man. I can't speak no more.